Hood! Outlaws and Legends is a medieval third-person PvPvE multiplayer heist.
The story is Robin Hood.
That's it? Okay.
That's it.
Well, it's actually For Honor meets Thieves and Robin Hood. But it is a
Sounds
4 versus 4 player cross-platform.
Mm-hmm.
So
What could go wrong?
Well, actually, while we played on the Steam, when I played it, there was only PlayStation players because it was recently on April free PlayStation Plus.
Right.
So
This game has been quiet recently.
It was.
But that's probably why it's free on so many platforms. We'll get to that though. The essence of this is that you join 3 friends or 3 randomly matched people. You each choose a character. There started to be, in the beginning there were 4 characters: Robin Hood, Marianne, John, and Took. Now there's a 5th one.
there's a 5 characters, 6 maps, and 4 modes, which is State Haste,
Heist.
Outlaw Heist, Gold Rush, and Practice. And in Practice, you can customize the game and you can play it even single player, even though Steam says no single player. There is, you can. But of course, this game is meant to play together and not only against players, but against AI and the players.
Yeah.
Because, can you explain more?
I can. Again, the point of the game is to steal the treasure. So you are a group of thieves, you are facing guards, and usually you have to steal the key, unlock the vault, and then get the treasure chest to the extraction point and open it up and get the gold. The key is, and this is good because the AI is not great, but you're not competing only against the AI. There is another team of 4 players who are trying to complete the heist before you. So sometimes you are fighting against the computer, sometimes you meet another squad and have to beat the snot out of them.
Well, actually, it depends on the mode, because in State Haste, there's only players versus computer. In the Outlaw Haste, there is 2 groups of 4 players.
This
versus,
is the classic.
yeah.
This is the one you should play.
And in the Gold Rush, nobody played it, so I can try, but you should collect and bank as much gold as possible within the time limit, still killing the NPCs and getting gold for it.
Now, as you might expect, each character has its own special skills. In fact, a special action that recharges after a few minutes, like being able to be invisible for a few seconds or extra power. Each character is a different class also. Robin Hood is all about archery and range. Marianne is about stealth. John is about strength and just like beating guards over the head, and Took is about healing and some concealment.
Well, they're not called Robin Hood and Marianne in the game, but it's basically that.
Aren't they?
They are?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they are. The interesting thing is, and where the balance gets to be a little bit questionable, is that you don't have to go in with a squad of 1 of each. You could all be Robin or you could all be John, and just see how that strategy works for you. So there's room for experimentation of deciding what works best for the playstyle of your squad.
And you can unlock new perks, weapons, and lots of cosmetics.
Probably also possible to unlock those with some microtransactions, I would bet.
Yeah, there's some passes.
Yeah, battle passes. But this brings us to the question: should you play it? But first you should know that this game is actually free from the Epic Games Store the week of starting June 30th, 2022. You'll have 1 week to claim it and keep it forever, and then be able to play it whenever you want on the Epic Games Store. It'll probably go back to being about $20 or $30 after that. So make sure you claim it and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any free games that we make sure you're informed about all the time.
Well, this game is half the price of the big AAA game. Maybe that's why it doesn't have maybe so many maps, but the maps are pretty huge, and there's a lot of stealth as well as action, so you can choose how to play it. I think everything in this game is kind of mediocre. There's nice stamina when you're fighting with melee weapons, and yeah, everything is so mediocre. So,
so mediocre is
that's
like
why
in the middle. So
yeah.
which way are you leaning?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
So I'm actually leaning to no, because I usually try to find at least something that is above the average in this game, and I couldn't find it because the visual is average, gameplay is average. I think it's fun only for few times because it's so repetitive. I wouldn't play it for long. So that's why it's no. It's, yeah, that's it.
I should say that I am not really a fan of multiplayer games at all. We're reviewing this game because it's free on the Epic Game Store. We review every free game on the Epic Game Store, but I'm not the right person to ask about the quality of multiplayer games. So it probably won't be a surprise that I agree with everything Michal just said. Also that it gets kind of repetitive. There's not a lot of depth there. And the final thing is that we experienced, and that you'll hear in every review, is that this is supposed to be about stealth, and squad stealth is a really cool idea, except that very quickly the stealth is just completely out the window, especially if you're playing with randoms and you're matchmaking. Someone is going to just jump in front of a guard and hit them on the head, like almost instantly. So the strongest point of this game, I feel like the mechanics don't encourage you to emphasize that part of the game, being stealth. For all these reasons, no surprise, it's not a terrible game. It's great that it's free, but it's a no from me.
We haven't actually mentioned that when you get killed in the game, it's not end for you. You get to respawn. You spawn automatically, depending on the mode or by the player. So you're pretty soon back. So there's not a big penalty for that.
The good news is there are lots more free games coming from the Epic Game Store, and we'll keep you informed about all of them. So we hope this was useful. Let us know in the comments if you're going to give Hood a try and what you thought, and we hope to see you in our next video.
See you next time.
Bye.